What's up kids, Trowbro is back with another e-learning with Trowbro, and today we're going to be drawing Rainbow Dash from My Little Pony. Now I know what some of you boys are thinking out there.
That's for girls!
Now, it's not. Cartoons are for everybody, for boys and for girls. Sometimes there's boy characters, sometimes there's girl characters, and we can draw them both. As an artist, you need to be able to be versatile. That means you can draw anything. So, Rainbow Dash from My Little Pony has great art direction. This cartoon looks really good. A lot of the cartoons we've been drawing, they have like really big black outlines, but My Little Pony's totally different. They use colorful outlines, and their art direction is super colorful and vibrant, and it's very pleasing to look at, and so that's why we're going to be drawing Rainbow Dash, my favorite My Little Pony. Alright? Now, I think ponies are very cool myself. The Fellowship of the Ring, they took Bill the pony all the way to the Mines of Moria, and then they sent him on his way, but if the hobbits can save Middle-earth using a pony, then everybody, I think, should like ponies. Also, I got a bunch of great artwork from my last e-learning video, so make sure at the very end that you watch and look at all the great art that you guys are making out there. And if you draw Rainbow Dash and you send it to my email address, which is right here, I will feature your Rainbow Dash at the end of my next video. So let's get started. Alright, so here on the left I have my picture of Rainbow Dash, and like with all my previous videos, I went and I traced over all the simple shapes that make up Rainbow Dash. Her torso, her head, her wings. I'm not looking for any of the details, I just want the simple shapes that make up this cartoon character. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw these shapes the best I can on the right. Remember that you can pause the video if you feel like I'm going too fast or you need to, catch up. Just pause the video, rewind it if you need to, alright? That's okay. Also, make sure that you're drawing lightly. A lot of these lines that I'm drawing, I'm going to have to go back and erase. I want the simple shape, and then I'm going to go back and I'm going to add the details that I see next. So make sure you're drawing very lightly. So now that I got the basic outline of all the shapes of Rainbow Dash, now I'm going to go in there, I'm going to start drawing the big shapes that I see. And so I think one of the biggest shapes that I see is her hair. And I'm going to use those red lines on the left to help kind of guide where I draw these lines on the right. I can kind of see where they fall on her torso, like that one oval, and her head and her neck. And so I know where to put each one of those points of her hair. She's got like 3 points on the bottom, and then 1, 2, 3, 4 little points on the top. I'm not just like drawing the hair randomly. I really want to study what Rainbow Dash's hair looks like. As I'm kind of drawing this Rainbow Dash, I'm kind of noticing as I draw like lines of her hair that maybe something might be off a little bit. So I might have to extend the line, make it a little bit longer. As I'm looking at these shapes, that kind of helps me know how to draw it. Like I'm looking at where these lines are compared to the other lines. Now I'm going to start drawing the eye. It's a nice big oval, not too hard. Now for Rainbow Dash's wing, instead of trying to draw all the feathers at once, I just drew the big shape that made up all the feathers. Now on the back of her wing, it looks like she has 5 feathers. So I'm going to draw each one of them, and I really want to take a look at the negative space. So that red oval shape that I drew on the left, I can see that there's little white gaps. Alright, those are the shapes that you're trying to draw as I'm drawing each one of these feathers. You see those little gaps right there? Those are the shapes you're looking for and you want to copy. So just draw it the best you can. Make sure you're not just drawing as many feathers as you want. Look and see how many feathers she has, and you make sure that you want to copy that. Alright, now on to Rainbow Dash's ponytail. And I'm going to do the same thing that I did on her wing. I'm going to use the negative space that I see on the left, those little white gaps, and make sure that I'm drawing each one of those little points of her hair where they belong. Now the nice thing about Rainbow Dash's legs are they're basically the exact same as the outlines that I did in red on the left. So all I'm going to do is go kind of darken them up because I know they're correct. Alright, now I'm going to go in and start kind of drawing some of the details that I see in Rainbow Dash's face. Maybe work on the eye a little bit too, and as I'm doing that I kind of notice that some of the lines might still be a little off. This might happen. You feel like some of the lines you've drawn are not long enough or they're not the right shape, and so if you've been drawing lightly, you can erase those lines and try to correct it. Alright, now I'm going to go and do some of the details that I see in Rainbow Dash's face, and I'm kind of noticing that some of these lines are not in their correct position. So thankfully I drew very lightly so I can kind of make little changes that I need to, and I'm not going to worry about erasing right now. I'm going to save all the erasing till the end, but if you want to and you know a line's wrong, you can go ahead and erase it, but I sometimes just save it till the end. Sometimes I don't. It just depends on how I'm feeling at the moment. Now I'm drawing really sketchy, so I want to go over some of these lines that are lighter and darken them up just a bit, just to make sure that I know exactly where I'm drawing. Alright, now for her eye, she's got that like pink color, which is called your iris, and then the pupil, and then she's got 2 little white ovals. Those are glares. Make sure you do those, and then 3 little eyelashes. Alright, some of the last details that I have to do is the color changes in Rainbow Dash hair. I think this is one of my favorite parts of Rainbow Dash, is just how colorful her hair is. I mean, it's literally a rainbow. It'd be cool to dye your hair this color. And so I'm just going to lightly kind of draw the lines for each one of the colors and kind of notice where each one of those lines falls in each like kind of spike of her hair. You know, kind of look, make sure you're counting and you're putting the lines exactly where they're supposed to go. The tail's a little bit hard because it has like all 6 colors in one, but I'm just really studying where those lines are going in her tail. Now I'm going to draw her cutie mark, which is that little bitty symbol she has on her hind leg, her flank, and all it is a cloud with a little lightning bolt, because she's Rainbow Dash. She's a super fast pony. She flies really fast. She's a Pegasus, and that lightning bolt is kind of like a zigzag, and the cloud is like very bubbly. A lot of oval shapes in there, so it isn't too bad. I'm kind of drawing like really far away, so it's kind of hard to get the little small details of the lightning bolt, and I'm trying not to like ever zoom in so you can see exactly what I'm doing, but I'm really just trying to draw it the best way I see it. Alright, now I'm going to go through, I think I have all of Rainbow Dash done, and I'm going to go and darken all the lines that are correct. That means I'm going to push a little bit harder on my pencil. If you want to, you can get like a Sharpie or a marker and go over it and make it with like a very bold black color. Kind of forgot the green, blue, and purple there on the back of her hair. I'm going to go ahead and draw that, but I'm going to go in and darken all the correct lines, and then it's almost time to erase. Now I'm looking at my Rainbow Dash. I think this is probably the most messy drawing I've ever done. Maybe the most challenging, and I don't know why that is. Maybe just some really interesting organic shapes, but I have a lot to erase, and so I'm going to go around and erase, clean up my drawing. Now if you're going to be painting it or using markers, it's a really good idea to erase like all the pencil, because sometimes the pencil can get really muddy and darken some of the colors, and you're not going to want that. So look at that, my Rainbow Dash is all done, and I think it looks pretty good. Well, kiddos, I hope you had fun drawing Rainbow Dash. I know it was a little bit challenging, but if you keep practicing and really studying the shapes that you see while you draw, your art is going to improve a lot. Now, if you drew a picture of Rainbow Dash, make sure that you email me it so I can feature it on my next video, all right? Now, speaking of which, I have some great road runners that you guys drew last time, so let's take a look at them.